My value, who I am, and my contribution to the world is so much bigger than the thing I do. And when that finally clicked and you actually live it and believe it, it just frees you in a way that I can't really explain. Unfortunately, we're trying to navigate through a space of like, what you can show is almost more important than what you know.
Yes.
So like live right now so that you don't have those regrets. Like do the things, take the leaps, go completely fail, go do this thing and then see what you learn from that failure, see what pieces you have left and see what you can put together from it.
Well, because everything is an opportunity. Everything's a nail to a hammer.
Yeah.
Right? And you are certainly a hammer.
Trying to be.
Yeah, man. What's happening? We're in downtown Austin and we're having coffee with strangers. Oh shit. What's up, Jay? Man, I'm just having coffee with strangers, brother. You got time for a cup of coffee? Coffee with strangers.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you got 15 minutes?
I got 15 minutes.
All right, let's do it, brother.
Let's do it.
It's just black. Is that
Let's do it.
okay?
That's perfect.
All right,
That's
all right,
perfect. That's
beautiful.
perfect.
All right, so it's a little hot. The last guy said it was like scalding, and I was like, well, I think you got a soft mouth, but you know.
That's not bad.
That's not bad,
Actually,
right?
that's really good.
Yeah. Of course.
That's really good.
Of course. Strong coffee.
Yeah. What's up, man? How you been? It's been a while.
Oh, dude, I've been great, man.
Yeah.
Been just grinding away in the coffee world, and I've been preparing for a surgery, which is a little interesting.
Surgery?
Yeah,
Everything good?
I'm getting a neck fusion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. If you don't notice, I am like a shell of the version that I used to look.
I'm looking at you. I'm like, man, he slimmed down a little bit.
Yeah. I haven't been able to work out in like 2 years, basically. I've had bilateral neuropathy through my arms.
Yeah.
So the nerves were being compressed in my neck,
Yeah.
still are, but it's not as painful as it was because I've learned to kind of mitigate it through not working out, basically.
Yeah, I was about to say, was it the training that was kind of...
Pressing. Yeah, pressing, anything. But I mean, you get punched in the face for a living and play soccer and like all that neck trauma. You know, it's just something was bound to be fucked up. And now I'm just gonna go pay the piper and go get that shit fixed at the end of October.
Man, get back healthy, brother.
Yeah, man.
We need you out here.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, dog. I really appreciate you. Tell everybody who you are. You know, you're not a total stranger, but I know very little about you, which I'm excited to learn more about you.
Yeah, a little bit of that's intentional, man. I try to separate just, you know, my personal me life from the business and everything that's growing, just because I've seen too many times where, you know, people can attack one, and that one spot is what you know, that's your weakness, that's your kryptonite, that's what can hurt. So, yeah, I am happy to hear even somebody like you who I've known for a while, and it's like, I know a little about it. Yeah, we gotta,
the man of mystery.
you gotta keep that, you gotta be Batman, man. You gotta keep that away. But no, I'm originally from Houston. Been in Austin a long time now. Got here in 2007. Got a chance. I went to UT, played ball there. Got a chance to really see this city grow. Moved away twice, once to Orange County, once to Seattle for work, and then came back here and started building.
Yeah.
Came back here and started building, and it's been a ride since.
Yeah, man, you have built. Tell everybody what you do. Like, what world are you building in?
The fitness world. Health and wellness community, like the health and wellness fitness community world, right? Which I think has become a point of topic and a real conversation since COVID. I think since COVID, everybody's kind of started paying attention to what it is that we've been a part of our entire lives, right? Which is like the community around just wellness, fitness, and then overall health. And you know, that wound us into building Kollective. So it's been fun, it's been challenging. We're working on facility number 3 right now. Super excited about it. Yeah, we're gonna be in Nashville early 26. So yeah, man, it's like, wow, was an idea in 2019. It was a building in 2022, and now it's a national brand in 2026. So
yeah,
we're working, man.
Yeah. What was your greatest challenge in getting to this step? Right. You know, you had your Onnit days.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You were training NFL players at Onnit. You grew from there.
Yeah.
You started Kollective. I mean, I'm a founding member.
Yep.
Right? Like, I saw the early growth. What was the challenges that you faced going from here to there?
How much time you got?
Man, 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we can go through all of them, but it was challenging. It was challenging. One, you got to build the thing, right? And that costs money. And if you're trying to build this state-of-the-art kind of building that has this amazing experience, you know, you're going to hiccup as you are kind of crafting and figuring out what does that look like, what does that feel like. And one thing that I've learned and accepted along the way is that, like, what it was when you put pen to paper may not be what it is in a day-to-day, but you have to simply ask yourself, is this best for Kollective? Not is it best for my ego, not is it best for my vision board, not is it best for what I thought this would be or what I wanted this to be. Like, is this serving the community that we have in the best way possible? And you have to always check that box, yes. And if you're not, then you got to make the changes, regardless of what the changes may be, because ultimately you have to commit to what's best for Kollective. So, like, really shifting that mindset versus, you know, from what do I like, what do I want, versus I'm almost in this servitude mindset of, like, what is best for the community here. At all times, that's all I'm thinking about. And in doing so, I think, like, we started really picking up steam and really just serving at a higher level.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I used to work for a chef, Michelin star chef, and he told me that 80% of the menu is for them, 20% of the menu is for you.
That's fair.
He's like, if you ever fuck that formula up, your restaurant's done.
That's a much more elegant way of saying what I'm trying to say. Like, that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. And I think that,
I heard that in what you were saying.
Yeah.
I just, you know, a chef has a certain way of saying it, and a menu is far easier to talk about than all the inner workings of what you've accomplished, right, or have had to struggle through with building Kollective and
it's been tough,
going from being a trainer,
yeah,
right, to building an empire, right? Like,
that's another part of it, right? Because
yeah,
when you're a trainer, like, you service the people in front of you.
Yes.
And when you're building a community, you know, your responsibility is to service people that you may never come across, ever meet a day in your life. There are members that I haven't had the opportunity to meet yet. Doesn't mean that they don't get, you know, or they shouldn't be able to get what they want out of this experience, out of this membership, out of this community. So, like, always taking into account, like, what's best for these people, and then objectively being able to, I mean, we do it now every single Monday. I'm gonna do it right after this, but go down, sit down with the leadership team and really put ourselves on the scoring card and see, like, all right, where are we doing great? Where can we do better? In the areas that we're doing great, why are we doing great, right? And ultimately, to be real, most of the time it comes down to, like, people and effort. Yep. No matter what area of the business that you're talking about, don't get me wrong, it's certain stuff that it's like, hey, you need to buy new equipment. Hey, you need to do ABC, XYZ. You need these services for sure, right? But that's the easy stuff. People are probably the hardest, most inconsistent, changing variable that impact the business at the highest clip. So, like, you're in the people business. You're genuinely in, like, your whole business is the people business. So you need to show up with this variable that's going to continuously change, and you have to be consistent. Like, people need to know what they're going to get from you every single day. And then you got to be willing to roll with those punches and say, okay, well, we were doing this for a while and it was working. Everybody was enjoying it. Everybody was getting a lot out of it. Doesn't seem like they're getting as much from it now. What else can we be doing? So, like, always putting yourself up to that scoreboard and then asking yourself, is this the best we can be doing? Not, is it like, all right, the South location is at membership capacity now. So if we lose a founding member, it's okay because there's somebody waiting. That's the laziest way to approach this business. That's it. It's like, if we ever lose a member, one member, I have to know why. And if it's for any other reason than they moved, then we got work to do. Like, yeah, that's the way I look at it. Like, if somebody moved, if they moved where there's no Kollective, understand, it makes sense. We wish you the best. I hope to be in your city soon. But if there's any other reason, we got work to do. And, like, owning it that way and approaching it that way every day.
Yeah, that's great, man. I love that. That's a great way to approach any business, yeah, right? Yeah. And people are such a variable. Everybody's motivated differently. Everybody is, you know, seeks different ways of being validated. Yeah. So, like, constantly managing the personalities of not only your members but of trainers who we both know. Trainers got some personalities.
Oh yeah, they do.
I mean, it's one of the one of the main reasons I kind of left that world
Yeah.
was that I felt like the personality of trainers had shifted and grown in a certain way, albeit because of social media gave them a kind of like another sense of like presence that is like surface, but yet seems so great. And maybe the knowledge that you retain doesn't mean as much as the social following that you have.
Yeah. That is the world. I mean, you're saying it real nice, but that's the world.
I tried to say it as sweet as possible.
Yeah, no, that's the world we live in. Now is, unfortunately, we're trying to navigate through a space of like, what you can show is almost more important than what you know.
Yes.
Like, that's just the world that we're in right now, right? And when you say what's a value add to being a coach or a trainer, 10 years ago, it was real simple. It's like, all right, what type of schooling does this person have? How can they help the community around them? How do they help people achieve their goals, right? How are they helping people stay healthy, get fit, lose weight, gain muscle, live healthy lives, live lives that they're happy with? It was a pretty simple metric to grade off of, like, what value did you add as a trainer?
Totally.
Now it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's almost a popularity contest.
It is a popularity contest,
It's
bro.
a popularity
contest. My first trainer was like an Olympic, not even Olympic level. He was an Olympic trainer. He trained like Dan Jansen and Bonnie Blair at the Olympic ice skating rink. I hired him when I was 12 years old with paper route money. He was autistic and handicapped. And you would never buy a training program from him today.
Yeah.
Because he could barely even do the thing, but the guy was a fucking genius.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Right? And it's like, it's sometimes a little hard to see where it's gone, but yet at the same time, the exposure rate is so high and so much easier to access at least a base level of knowledge that it truly has made people healthier overall.
Yes.
Right? And so it's like, I can't be mad at that because ultimately what I'm about is pouring into others, right? Because I was a trainer and it translated into the whole coffee aspect. Like, I love being of service. So I couldn't leave being a service oriented person. I just shifted what I was serving.
Right.
Instead of serving up hard workouts, I'm serving up a cup of coffee.
Right.
But all the other things remain consistent.
Right.
Listen to the customer, know what they need, right? Exceed expectations.
Exceed expectations.
Right, and that's what Kollective does, in my opinion, right?
We're trying, man.
Yeah,
we're trying. We can get better.
So speaking of getting better, what is one challenge, right? Because you said there's so many.
Yeah.
Let's boil it down. What's one challenge that you faced and how did you overcome it? And man, don't just give me some kind of like bullshit, like surface level. Like, think deep, like a real problem you had.
I'll be real.
Yeah.
The challenge that we faced was business-wise. We talking collective? We talking business?
Yeah.
The challenge
business or in life, man.
The challenge that we face the challenge that I face in life is simple, and I'll tell you that. But the challenge that we face in business that was tough was growth. And what I mean by that is, as we grew, everything grew. Meaning, what you needed, what your employees, what your team needed from their workplace, from the business, from the brand, as their individual brands grew, that changed. And you get to a point, and at least I had to, is like I had to change my perspective of like understanding that initially I thought we were building this thing for us. And I've told you already, I realized we're not. We're building it to serve. But understanding that the people that I'm building with, they will graduate. That's the way I choose to view it now. They're gonna graduate. They're gonna go off and do different things, and that's okay. Because my mentality from a team sports background, I played football my whole life. It was like, we're in it together, which we are, but we're in it together for a season. And then when the off season comes around, there'll be new contracts. Yeah. Like, that's the way I choose to see it now. And that was tough for me personally because I come from like this like team mindset, team friend, like it's all about us kind of thing. And it's like, what it's all about is us, and these people I'm grateful to them. They're helping me grow this thing that I'm so passionate about. But they're gonna get off this bus sooner or later. They're gonna pull and say, "This is my stop." And my goal now is to make sure that they've gotten everything that they could out of this when they decide to pull and say, "This is my stop," and that they go on and do much bigger and greater things from that point. So that was an individual kind of business, like something I had to grow and get over. There's an issue, and then for life, it was it was easy. Like, your whole life, you're known as the thing you're doing. And I mean, when I was getting recruited out of high school, I was the number 3 player in my position in America. Could have went anywhere in the country.
What position was that?
Running back.
Yep.
I could have went anywhere in the country and kept doing that thing, right? I was fortunate enough to play another 4 years after that. You get hurt, that's a part of the game. When that career ends, redefining yourself and then even figuring out who you are outside of a thing that you've done your whole life was probably one of the biggest chin checks that life has ever given me. And it took a long time to figure out that, like, my value, who I am, and my contribution to the world is so much bigger than the thing I do. And when that finally clicked and you actually live it and believe it, it just frees you in a way that I can't really explain.
Yeah. You've achieved a lot. What would you attribute that to? Is there someone in your life? Is there something that has, top running back?
Yeah.
You've built an incredible social following, a portfolio of brands that I know that you're involved in, right? You have 2 gyms, a third one being built in a different state, right? Your name is, whispered like in like the fitness halls throughout like this area, right?
Yeah.
So like, what is it? Like, what was it that did this?
What, like, obviously, I think everybody says this, but it's the truth. It's like, I grew up in a single parent household. So, I grew up in government assisted living housing in Houston. And government assisted living is like, you pay less than everybody else pays to stay in this area because you're not doing that well.
Yeah, like Section 8.
Section 8.
Yeah.
Just to simply put, right? So it's like growing up a certain way and wanting more for yourself, and then having an example like the mom I had, like, she stayed steadfast, man. She was so consistent every single day. You know what I mean? So those were some of the, that was a big piece of my foundation that then I used that skill set and then put it towards things that I was passionate about. And then, to be honest with you, Adam, like, I'm a competitor. At heart, I'm a competitor.
Yeah.
Like, I've said it before, there got to be a scoreboard. There has to be a scoreboard. There needs to be a scoreboard where you're grading yourself, and there needs to be an objective scoreboard so we can determine who's in first. Now, I know that it's kind of culturally accepted and even pushed to say that, like, hey, we're all winners. Yes, we are. But
that's what losers say.
I'm here to compete. I don't want to lie to you, bro. I'm here to compete. And so whenever I'm doing anything, no matter what company, no matter what industry, bro, I don't give a damn if we're walking to the end of this bridge and back. I'm trying to win. Like, so for me, it's like, all right, what do you get out of that? I'm like, I train for this. I go to school for it. Like, no matter what the thing is, I'm training for it. Like, to me, that's what life is that, like, I'm training to push myself to see what all I can accomplish in a vertical, and then what did I learn in that vertical, and how can I teach it to the people that I say I care about. Like, that doesn't stop. We just put it towards whatever the thing is that we're working on. So it doesn't matter if it's business. I went back to school and I got my master's in business because I wanted to have an objective scoreboard to say I know that shit, right? Yeah. And then used what was learned, discarded most of it, but used what was learned and then applied it to the business, and then proved in real life, hey, I know that shit. And now that I know that shit, I'm gonna teach it to the people I care about so that they can go do the same thing. And then I'm gonna move on to something else and go figure something else out, because that's what I get joy out of. I get joy out of, like, learning and competing. So it's easy, it's not a burden, it doesn't feel like I'm forced to do it, it's easy for me to stay in that arena, because I get such fulfillment from it. So, bro, it's almost detrimental a little bit. Not really detrimental. It's almost like my family around me are like, all right, hey, can we take a vacation now? Can we take a break now? And I'm like,
it's hard to turn that off.
You know what I mean? It's like, bro, take a vacation. Like, we just getting started.
Well, because everything is an opportunity. Everything's a nail to a hammer.
Yeah.
Right? And you are certainly a hammer.
Trying to be.
Yeah, man. What's like a moment that you would say has defined or was the vertical launch to where you are today? If you could look back and be like, there is this inflecting point where I am the version of me that I became because of this inflecting point. I could have went left, I could have went straight, I could have went right, I could have went backwards. I think if you just close your eyes for a moment, to everybody, there's a moment that hits.
It was two of them, actually. It was one when I decided I'm gonna do this, and then there was another moment when I decided I'm gonna do this, right? And I hope that doesn't get lost. Like, those are two, you know, it's a difference between being interested and dedicated.
Yes.
You know, there was a moment when I decided I'm really interested, and that was 2019, spring of 2019. I was in Dubai working with their 16U football club, soccer club, and I was blown away at the facilities that I seen out there. I was just blown away at the detail, the lengths that they went to make sure that the athletes and the parents and everybody were comfortable. And like, I had never seen anything like this. And so I think exposure is like the first domino that has to fall for learning to occur. And then for me, it was like, I'm super interested in learning more about, like, how did y'all do this, right? Obviously you got the capital, but how did you create this experience? How did you do this thing? And then I say a year later, May 2020, when my daughter was born, man, something woke up in me. All of a sudden it wasn't a game no more.
No.
Like it wasn't it's so funny. I tell everybody, I'm like, man, having my kids was the best thing in the world. I look back and I'm like, what the hell was I doing? Like, I thought I was working hard. I thought I was maximizing my time. I thought it was so many more opportunities to be doing something other than what I was doing when I was bullshitting. And so, you know, the moment that comes to mind is literally May 14, 2020. Like, it clicked in me, and it was like,
that's the day your daughter was born.
Yeah, that's the day my daughter was born, May 14, 2020, 8:57 a.m. I was like, okay, it's time. There's no more time to play. It's time to go.
It's so easy to default to like the idea of like, well, if things go bad, I can just crash with my homies.
No,
right?
for me it was simple. If things go bad, I have a skill set. I know how to train. I know how to train pro athletes to get ready for their season. Pro athletes, because their bodies are their money, they'll pay good money to train in a way that's beneficial to them. That trade-off alone gives me a life that I've lived already, and I know what that brings. So I can do that anywhere, so I'm good.
Yep.
And that security, I believe, for me, that security was limiting growth. Because I was interested. It's like, man, that's a really good idea. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna research that and get to it. Versus like the urgency of now, like, no, this should have been done yesterday. And then waking up every single day with like it on your mind of like, win the day. This is on your mind today, get it done. And then like focusing into those details. Like, be where your feet are. I'm present. I'm in the thing that I'm doing now. And 100% honest, I'm here with you right now. As soon as I'm done here, I am in the next thing. And I'm fully dedicated and locked into that. And I'm going like that. I'm looking at it like just this energy that's just, and then by the end of the day, I'm probably depleted. And guess what? I see my kids and all of a sudden they fuel me back up. So that's the way I look at it. That's how it works for me.
Yeah. I mean, same, man. Same. My daughters are a massive motivating factor of when things get challenging, that I don't revert to what I am comfortable with. Yeah. I instead lean in and go harder. Yep. Right? Because like, you are not letting yourself down anymore. You're showing an example for how to react to adversity.
And they watch everything.
And they watch
my daughter asked me the other day, I swear to God, my daughter asked me the other day, she said, Daddy, why are you the boss of Kollective? And I said, what, baby? She said, yeah, why are you the boss? And I said, well, baby, it was my idea. And she said, well, why do they have to do it? I said, well, they don't have to, they want to. And she said, oh. And then I got a chance to spend the next 20 minutes explaining to her how this thing works. And I never told her I was the boss of Kollective. We've never had that conversation. Yeah. But they watch everything.
100%.
They watch everything. So I'm like, I'm held to the standard that I say I hold myself to. And then, like, the scoreboard is my most valuable asset, my child. That's the scoreboard. what she learns, how she interprets, what she takes on as part of her identity and what is right from wrong is literally the scoreboard. And I'm playing every day based on what I say I'm about. I have to be that. I have to be that. It's the best mirror that I've ever had in my life.
100%. Have you ever read the 4 Agreements?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to see yourself so plainly is to look at your child.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Like
100%
it's very nothing cuts through the tunnel, right? The smoke faster than looking at your kid and seeing how they see you.
Yep.
Lighten things up a bit.
Yeah.
If there was a soundtrack to your life, what song would be playing right now?
Right now in my life?
At this exact moment in your life?
Ooh, that's a good one. Give me a second. Because this is important.
I mean,
Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me think about that. What song is playing right now? I'll say, it's probably some Jay-Z.
Okay, we talking early work?
That's the thing. I got like 3 songs in my mind right now of Hope's. I'm thinking.
Start singing one of them.
Like he said, as far as draft picks, my name did not get called. Bet before I go, I'll put a Billy on the board. And I'm like, it's not even about the Billy. It's the competitive nature. Like It's like before I'm gone, before I'm no longer here, I bet I make an impact. Like that's so I got. Honestly, I got that BAM kind of in my head with the Jamaican tunes and off the 444.
Let me hear a little bit of it. Let me hear about a little bit. This is the point where you get a little uncomfortable. You start singing to me.
I don't even know the words on it. It's like, I can't speak Patois. I don't know what he's saying on that track, man.
All right. But something Jay-Z, something early work.
Yeah.
We're talking about retribution style rap.
Yeah.
Overcoming adversity.
Overcoming adversity.
Love that.
It's fun. I mean, it's in the morning right now. So right now I'm like locked in. It's Monday morning. I'm locked into like, what do we have to do today? Like, what is on this agenda? What do we need to get accomplished?
Last question, man. What helps you stay strong? I know we talked about your daughter.
Yeah.
You know, like, what else in there? Son. Yeah. What else in there in your life that continues to motivate you, no matter what it is that you face? Right? How do you continue to just lean into the wind and continue to sail?
I was told this, and it hit me when it was told to me, is that like time is the only asset that we have that we don't know how much of it we had, and we don't know how much we've spent of what we have. That's why it's our greatest asset. We will never know how much we have, and we'll never know how much we spent of what we had. So with that, the thing that like makes me go outside of like any external factor is like wanting to see, just genuinely wanting to see what all am I capable of with the time that I have here. Because I don't know if this is my last moment. And I know that's kind of dark, but I don't know if this today is the last conversation I have. I don't know if tomorrow, I don't know if it's 50 years from now. I don't know. So since I don't know, I'm like, I have to find out what all am I capable of. I want to exhaust everything. I was telling my mom, she was talking about, are you working this hard so you can have an early retirement? And I said, retirement? Absolutely not. And she said, what do you mean? I said, whenever my last breath is taken, I hope it's taken with like an incomplete project. She's like, what do you mean? I said, I want to be working on something. I want to have been trying to figure something out. And hopefully somebody picks up the work after me. But like, that's the way I look at this thing.
That's beautiful, man. I think I've had this thought ever since my brother passed. When I was 22 is the way I've described it as an athlete, as a fellow athlete. We have all have been exposed to the shot clock. Mm-hmm. Knowing that the time is counting down, but not truly being able to make out how much time you have left. because things are moving so fast
Yeah.
that when the ball does come to you, you just have to take the shot, right? Because you don't know when that thing is going to go, and
That's it.
that's it.
And you don't
And
get
you
in
hope
that
you're
moment.
in the moment shooting.
That's what I'm saying, because you don't, how many people, you read those stories where you like, you know, the top 8 regrets people had on their deathbeds and different things like that. I'm like, you don't get the moments back.
Yeah.
So like live right now so that you don't have those regrets. Like do the things, take the leaps, go fail. How about go fail? Go completely fail. Go do this thing and then see what you learn from that failure. See what pieces you have left and see what you can put together from it. Like how many people, I think again, COVID created so many businesses.
Oh yeah.
For at least, I'll be 36 in a couple of weeks, and for the only time that I can remember in my lifetime, the world stopped and people had an opportunity to go create. Just go create. And what came out of it was beautiful. I mean, it was an ugly situation and it was terrible. It was a tragedy. What came out of it was beautiful. I mean, friends of mine, people I've never met in my life, I just seen so many different things get created. And that's why I'm like, hey, go create, go try, go see what happens when you compete.
Use your time.
Use the time.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. What's up, baby?
What's going on, man? The Andrew Sandeo. Dude, with that, I appreciate your time so much. The fact that you chose to spend some of that limited time with me, walking by took a second. I think I probably held you more than 15 minutes.
Oh, good.
You like the coffee?
I love the coffee. Come on now.
You love the conversation?
Come on now. Strong coffee. What else would we be drinking?
Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
I really do.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Guys, that's Jeremy Hill. Check him out at Kollective. This is downtown Austin, and this is Coffee with Strangers.